Hello, this is Michael Frimpong, and I am running through the error and success scenes of the Unity scenes in my program that I've designed that take in a user's input and outputs a result to them. Uh, so to go and start this off, user will be welcomed by this scene, and the first thing they would do would be, to go and sign up. Now I'm only going to show you the error scene of one of these user types, because in each type of sign up, each one of the three have the exact same worded user type. It's just that it is presented in a different way, as there are different color schemes for each type of user, which I've explained in the design section of my report. So just going to show you the different color schemes of each type of user. You got a parent sign up page, which is a blue, pink, and purple color scheme. A student sign up page, which is yellow, green, and orange, and a teacher sign up scene, which is a slightly light, or it's like blue, a darker blue, and also black. So to give so as you can see over here in the folders for the Unity scenes, each one has a failure and success scene whenever they finish inputting their username and their password. So there are two error scenes, one for if the username has an error, and one for if the password has an error, and the success scene if they've successfully signed up. So I'll start with the parent. As we're on the teacher sign up page, I'll start the teacher. I'll show you the teacher error and success pages, which are, like I said again, worded the exact same for the student sign up pages and the parent sign up pages. So the error scenes for the teacher sign up pages are what's called again where the sign up is unsuccessful due to the password being less than 12 characters in length, or if the username is already taken. In both cases, and this is for future reference, in every case of an error scene, the back button at the bottom here always brings the user back to the previous scene that they were just on. So as this is for the teacher sign up page, when the teacher user presses this button, they're taken back to the teacher sign up page. When a teacher has successfully signed up, if a user has successfully signed up, they're taken to a sign up success page where it's stated that where I thank them for signing up, and I tell them to go to the login page to go and log in using the type of account they signed up with. So if you use the teacher sign up, you have a teacher account, but not a parent or a student account. Like I said again, these 3 pages exact wordings are the same for the student sign up page outcomes and the teacher sign up page outcomes. Just to go and prove this, I'll go to the password where the user I'll go to the sign up page, which displays that this user sign up is unsuccessful for teachers, where the password has an error with it. And here's the teacher's one, and here's the parent's exact one. Same wording, just a different color scheme depending on the user type. In this case, for the sign up where they're successfully signed up, the back button will always lead back to the login page. So this is the case where a scene that takes in data has a success page that is clearly outlined, as I'll show later. As I'll show later when I go through the logins, it is not always the case. So when they're taken to something like the login page, and then they're told to the user is told to log in using the data they just using the account details they just signed up with, the username and the password they've just created. They're told to go and input the username and password. Now, once again, I will only be showing one example of the success and error scenes of what's called if the user successfully signs up or not. So if the user does not successfully sign up, as you can see with the parent login page, go to the failure folder here. They are taken to a page where it's stated that the username or password is incorrect and that they should re-enter their username and password. I'll just say that this scene over there is the exact same as the prior one over here, and also that the student and teacher user types, my bad, have the exact same worded scene. It's just that the color scheme of the scene is different. The back button always takes the user back to the prior page they were just on. So in this case, it would be taken back to the parent login page. If the parent user successfully logs in, however, they aren't given a set success page. They're just taken to a to their dashboard page, as you can see over here. From here on out, I will be talking about the parent and teacher accounts as if they're the same thing, because their features are pretty much the same, and I will leave the students for last. So the teacher also has a version of their of their dashboard, as you can see over here, just to prove that it does exist. So here we are. Dashboard, you can see it's the same example, just that this changes depending on if the user type is a teacher or a parent. So as with the teacher right now, I'll explain to you the teacher's the two pages that teacher has that can give back an error and a success scene. Those two pages are the teacher profile page, as you can see over here, and the teacher student progress selector page, just to make it known that the parent also has their own variants of these pages and thus has error and success scenes attached to both. I'll just be going through the teacher one because it's much quicker to go through. So with the teacher profile, if the teacher, let's say, unsuccessfully gets their doesn't manage to go and get their first name and surname stored into the database due to the fact they've entered the wrong password, I think put in any name into the database so long as their password is right, they will be able to go and store their first and last name into their account. They'll be presented with a failure page that words it out as such. Unfortunately, you inputted your account. The password you inputted for your account is incorrect, and thus the first and last name were not stored. It should be noted that both parents and students have a version of this page. So I will not be showing off this student or parent example of this page and the error and success pages, as just know they exist, but they have different color schemes. The success page states that for parents and teachers only, that their first and last name have been successfully inputted and stored, and a teacher code has been created, as teachers have teacher codes created by them based on the initials of their name. The back page takes them to another page they'll be getting to, which in this case will be a dashboard, which is typical of success scenes, that where success scenes are set for pages that take in data, whereas the failure scene, it should always be with a scene that takes in data. Its back button will always take it back to the page the user was just on. For the student for the teacher student progress selector outcomes, if the, in this case, sorry, let me just show you what the page reminds you what the page looks like again. Where is it again? Sorry about this. Account page. Here we are. So the parent slash teacher, as the parent has his own variant of this account, of this page, selects a student assigned to them that's in this scroll box list. When I press this, I can see there, that's the scroll box over there. This is what it entails. When they press a student that is the name of student that is in this scroll box, and it will be displayed in a text MES Pro text box over here. You can't see over here, but if I was to go and press the scene button over there, and I was to go and press this text thing over this text thing over there, you can go and see there's a text MES Pro text box over there that will display the name of the student that the parent or teacher has just what's called again selected from this scroll box. Just to improve that right there, that's the scroll box. And if I'm to go down again, here's the button that if a student has been will be successfully assigned to a teacher or a parent, their names will be displayed as buttons, so they can actually be selected. So going back to this scene over there, and they press the confirm button over here, they are taken, if there is a student in this scroll box, they're taken to a success scene. Although the success scene is really just a page where they can view the progress of the student they selected. However, if there's no student they've selected in the scroll box and they've pressed the confirm button, they're given this failure scene. Like I said again, parents and teachers have the same page when it comes to this with the student progress tracker, so I will not be showing off the student variant, the parent variant of this page. For students, meanwhile, their failure error pages are the same as parents and are the same exact wording as parents and teacher error pages. When they successfully log in, that one's a bit more different, as instead they're taken to the student dashboard scene, depending on how many poll points the student has got in their account. The number of poll points a student has starts at 0, so they'll always be taken to the best looking dashboard. However, depending on how many quizzes they take and how many poll points they get from the quizzes, their dashboard can get worse. As you can see over here, the GUI of the page starts to look quite different and increasingly gets worse. Just to also make it very clear that for each one of the pages besides the student avatar page that a student selects when they get to a dashboard page, the theme, the GUI of the page is always to be kept. And that's the reason why that I've created five different folders representing how good the GUI of the student looks. So let's say if the student user has a few poll points but not too many, the GUI has this kind of layout to it, with slightly less green grass compared to the best looking GUI, and just a slightly faded sun, for example. And as you can see, when I press through each page, the general look of the scene is still kept in place between the GUI, depending on how many poll points the user has, which is also displayed up here. I should also show that there also are text boxes over here, such as, give it a sec, there's a welcome text box over here where the student is welcomed in to their account homepage, where it says welcome and then the name, the username of the user, as well as you can faintly see over there the amount of poll points and then eco points the user has. Depending on the amount of poll points, as I will mention again, the GUI of the scene changes. The GUI of the scene changes depending on how many poll points they have. The more poll points they have, the worse it looks. So with students, they have three different pages that have error and success pages attached to them, which are the teacher code page, the parent code page, and finally the student profile page. I've already explained the teacher profile page, which is essentially the same as the student profile page, just that in this case it doesn't create code for the student. So I won't be explaining the error and success pages linked to this page again if the user unsuccessfully or successfully stores their first and last name into my database. However, I will only be explaining the parent, the error and success pages linked to the parent code page, as the way the parent code page and the teacher code page function is the same. So going to parent code page, if there is an error with the parent code page the student user has inputted, they'll be told that either they've mistyped the parent code that their parent has given them, or the parent code just doesn't exist. So they'll need to re-enter the parent code, and the back button, as I said before, for all error pages takes the user back to the prior page, will take the user back to the prior page that the student user was just on, or the user was just on in general. The success page, meanwhile, states that they've been successfully assigned to a parent if they successfully inputted an existing parent code or teacher code in another case, and thus the back button takes them to another scene, in this case being the dashboard scene. So that's all the pages of my Unity program that have error and success scenes attached to them. Thank you for listening.